Hey everybody, Vampyre1444 here again, and today I'm going to show you my Asian horror collection. But first of all, I'd like to give a shout out to Horror Fan Man. He's a great guy, been chatting for quite a while now. He's got a great channel, good selection of horror films, so if you haven't seen it, go check him out. That's Horror Fan Man. And we'll begin now, starting with apartment 1303. It's basically a haunted apartment. Everybody who's lived there has died, and this young girl rents the apartment and dies. So our sister tries to find out what's happening and why. It's a Japanese one. It's okay. It's not too bad. Modern ghost story, like I say. Kind of in the vein of The Grudge and Ring, but well acted. Yeah, quite a good film. Next is a box set. Asin Shockers. I don't know if you can see that. I've got to confess, I haven't seen this in a long time. You get a film called The Spiral, another one called Evil Dead Trap, and another one called, I don't know how to pronounce this, Uzumaki. And from what I can remember, I think the Evil Dead Trap was the best one, from 1998. Spiral is 1998 and Uzumaki is 2000. Actually, I can't remember too much about them, because it has been a while since I've watched them. But that's Asin Shockers. I remember liking them, especially Evil Dead Trap. I know there's a second Evil Dead Trap, and I remember the Spiral being quite weird. But that's about it. I might have to watch these again, just catch up on them. Next, I absolutely love these. Death Note. This is parts 1 and 2. But I believe there's another one which I just heard about. But I absolutely love these great films. The animation's not the best, but can't take away from the fact that the films are just absolutely brilliant. So yeah, Death Note. Next is another one called Dark Tales of Japan, and there are, what's it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 films on here. I won't go into detail on them because, like I say, there's 6 of them, but it was quite good. Not a high budget films, but both well acted, and there's a couple of good ones on there. Quite like where is it? The Sacrifice. I quite like The Sacrifice. That was canny. But yeah, quite good. Next is a Chinese film. Well, sorry, no, Hong Kong film. I got confused by the title there. And I absolutely love this to bits. And it is a Chinese ghost story. It is brilliant. Combines everything. There's a bit of comedy in there, horror, martial arts, supernatural, and it is absolutely brilliant. It's basically about this guy here. He's a tax collector, and he accidentally falls in love with a ghost, not realising she's a ghost. But basically her job as a ghost is to lure men, and her, I think it's her mother, then kills them, just like this demon. But she's actually been promised to another demon, to be married to a demon, but she falls in love with a lad. And it's about the lad and this, I think he's a priest or a warrior priest. They join forces to try and save her, so she can be reincarnated. But it's absolutely brilliant film. Absolutely brilliant. as is a Chinese Ghost Story Part 2. It's the same character in the first one, but obviously he saved the girl and she's been reincarnated, and he's still in love with her, but obviously he doesn't know where she is. And yeah, it's kind of like nearly the same as the first one. He fights spirits and all that. Again, it is really good. Like to get the third one of this. I've only seen it available in a box set, which I'm not prepared to get the box set considering I've got the first two, but I'll keep an eye out for Chinese Ghost Story Part 3. But yeah, brilliant film, excellent. This one, actually I'll do this one first. I love this film as well, Sammo Hung in Encounters of a Spooky Kind. Brilliant film. Again, mix of martial arts, fantasy, comedy, horror, and it's just really funny. Sammo Hung is great. Again, there's a second one which I would love to get, but again can't find it anywhere. But yeah, really good film, really good. And the next is a South Korean film, I believe, called Chow. Basically about this massive ball that's running out of food, so it's now attacking humans. It's about a group of guys who go out after it, and it's just really good. Picked that up quite cheap actually, I think it was about £3. But yeah, enjoyed it, really good film. Next is another Japanese film called Ghostrien. It's basically about this girl, her sister goes missing in an underground, well, in a train, and the train is a spirit to there's a ghost haunting the train, and anybody who finds this little ticket she takes, and it's about this girl trying to get her sister back. A little slow, especially at the beginning, but well acted, good special effects in it, and quite enjoyable film. And next one, another South Korean film, The Guard Post. It's really good, because half the time you don't know what's called. Well, it's basically set in this little outpost on like North-South Korean border, and it starts off a group of MPs arrive there and they find everybody dead apart from one guy, and he's chopped up everybody else, but he won't really explain why, and it's not till later on they all start dying one by one, like going crazy and stuff. And really good film, plenty of blood and guts in it, really enjoyable. And the next one is a Thai film called Ghost Game. This is really good. It says it's one of the most controversial horror movies ever made, but I don't know why. But it's basically this game show where 11 contestants have to go into this old prison where massacres took place many years earlier, and basically they've got to do tasks and survive the night basically, but they don't realise it's really haunted, and the spirits start killing them one by one. And it's really good. Again, it's slow at the start but it picks up, and it's really enjoyable. And the next, I don't really need to speak about these much. The Grudge, the original Japanese versions, which absolutely brilliant films, absolutely brilliant. Much better than the American remakes. Much longer as well, because where the American one tends to focus on like the Sarah Michelle Gellar character, This focuses on, I think it's about 5 young women. They each go in the house, and it's the spirit going after it and killing each of them in turn. And it's far superior to the American remake. That's the Grudge, along with the Grudge 2. Again, really good. This time the spirit goes after the cast of a paranormal TV crew. Again, really good. Yeah, excellent, well acted, good special effects again. Yep, can't go wrong with them. And the third one, well, Juno and White Ghost, and Juno and Black Ghost, which is the Grudge, White Ghost and Black Ghost. Again, really well done films. It doesn't seem to be as big a budget and as good as special effects, but again, they are really good films. They say there's 2 films on 1 disc here, and yeah, can't go wrong with them. Excellent. Grudge films, some of the best ghost stories they've done. And the next is a South Korean film called The Ghost. It's about a young girl who's lost her memory, and she keeps having flashbacks, and her friends start dying off, and she's got to try and figure out why. And it's a really good film. Quite tense at some moments. Really enjoyable. Haven't seen it in about a year actually, but yeah, I remember enjoying it. So that's The Ghost. The next is again South Korean films, The Ghost School Quartet. This contains 4 films: Whispering Corridors, Memento Mori, Wishing Stairs, and The Voice. The best one of them is Whispering Corridors. They've all got the kind of same theme. They're set in an all-girls school, and the school's haunted, and yeah, supernatural tales, curses. Really good. They're all good, like I say, but Whispering Corridors is the best. But I also really liked Wishing Stairs as well. That was really enjoyable. So yeah, let's go School Quartet. Next is a Japanese anime, High School of the Dead. It's basically an animated zombie film where, well, basically all the female characters have got short skirts and big boobs. But it's quite good. 12 episodes. It's basically high school, zombie infection happens, and it's about a group of students trying to survive. Yeah, very enjoyable. Next one, I think this is a Korean film again. I'm not too sure, but it's so good. I Saw the Devil. Really fucked up film, this. Plenty of blood and guts in it. Basically, a psychotic serial killer. He's on the rampage, and this guy's trying to chase after him, kill him, because I think he killed his wife, I believe. Fiance of an elite special agent, and he goes after him, and he'll stop at nothing to get him, and the killer's going around killing people, and he knows he's being chased by this guy, but he doesn't seem to really care, and he's just butchering everybody he basically comes in contact with. But really good. That's I Saw the Devil. Next is a Japanese film, Japanese zombie film, which I really like, called Junk. There are a couple of dodgy moments in it, like a little bit of bad acting, but basically it's really good. Basically a gang do a jewel heist, and they hide out in this old abandoned military building that was used for experiments to try and raise the dead and things, and there's bodies still in there, and the chemical that they used is still in there. And when the gang meets up with another gang who they're hoping to sell all the diamonds to, but they're double crossed, accidentally spill the chemical onto some of the bodies, and basically the dead come back to life and go after them. But it's really good, plenty of gore in it. I say good acting, but there is a little bit of bad acting from a couple of the characters, but yeah, excellent film. As is this. I absolutely love this film. Next one, it's a Korean film. It's called Our Point, and it is absolutely brilliant. This will definitely be in my top 10 ghost films. It's set in 1972 during the Vietnam War. Our Point, a strategically important island. They lose contact with the troops on there, and they think like the enemy's killed them, until they start receiving a radio message, and it's just repeated over and over. So a small squad of soldiers go to investigate, and they start getting picked off one by one, and at first they're thinking it's the enemy killing them, until eventually you realise it's not. There's no living person on the island, and that it's the spirits of the dead, because apparently there was a massacre there years earlier. And yeah, it's, if you haven't seen it, go pick it up. It's absolutely brilliant film, absolutely brilliant. And the next is the Ring Trilogy. I don't really think I need to say more about that. First one was absolutely brilliant. Well, they were all quite good, but part one was the best, obviously. But yeah, Ring Trilogy, brilliant. Far superior again to the American remake, which didn't come anywhere near touching this. This is absolutely brilliant. Next one is another Korean film called Shock Labyrinth 3D, and again it's really well done, really good film. Some really nice little shocks in there. It's about a group of friends. When they were younger, they broke into a house, but one of them vanished. And then years later, I think it's the ghost of the girl returns, or the girl returns, and they're all forced to go back to the house to confront what was there. Well, what is there? And yeah, it's really good film. I don't know what it is about Asian horror films, but they all tend to be really good. A lot better than most of the horror films that come out of America. Asians just seem to have this way of making really good ghost films. And this one, I think it's Chinese or Korean. I'm not too sure. Oh no, it's not. It's a Thai film. That's right, from Thailand. Train of the Dead. Again, it's really good. Special effects aren't the best, but they're acceptable. It's basically a gang commit a robbery, and they're on the run, and so they decide to hide out in this train. And when the train starts rolling, they realise there's only a few people on board, so they think it'd be a good idea to rob the people on the train. But what they don't know is the train is actually inhabited by ghosts on the way to be like judged, whether they go to heaven or hell or whatever, and they don't know this, so they're actually on the way to be judged as well. And eventually realise what's happening, and basically they're trying to get off the train, but the ghosts won't let them go. Yeah, it's a really enjoyable film. This is region 1 because I couldn't find it over here, but really good film. And next one I've done before, did it in me vampire list, and I think I had this as me second favourite vampire film, and that's Mr. Vampire. And it's just an absolutely brilliant film, comedy horror. Like I say, one of the first Hong Kong horror films I ever saw many years ago. Very first time I saw Zombies That Hop. And when I first saw them I was thinking, what the fuck's going on here? But yeah, it's really good. Mix of comedy, horror, martial arts again. Really excellent film. Can't say nothing bad about it. And it's Mr. Vampire. And the next is Mr. Vampire Part 2. This is a Hong Kong release. Had I actually ordered from Hong Kong. Not as good as the first, and it's basically not even linked to the first one except for by title. It's about some archaeologists who find a zombie baby, and it comes to life, and the parents zombies come after them trying to get the baby back. Again, crazy Hong Kong comedy. Not too bad, but nowhere near as good as the first. The same with Mr. Vampire Part 3. Again, not linked to the first one. Not as good as, nowhere near as good as the first one. It's basically more of a haunted house. The spirits haunt the house, and they're trying to get rid of them, and there's vampires there. It's good, but nowhere near as good as the first one, or even the second one. Now, I believe there's a fourth one, and Mr. Vampire Part 4. There's also a new Mr. Vampire, which I haven't got. I would like to get, but yeah, this is another one I had to get from Hong Kong. Vampire Breakfast. It's different, it's fun. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Basically, women are turning up dead, with obviously bite marks, and it's a reporter trying to find out what's happening. Obviously stumbles across it's a vampire killing them. Yeah, an enjoyable film. Like to get some more of these if I could, but they're actually really hard to get, some of them. But yeah, another good film. Next is Japanese film Versus. Absolutely fucked up crazy zombie film. I think I've reviewed this before on my zombie collection. It's like I say, it's just fucked up, really good film. Plenty of blood and guts, plenty of zombies, guns, everything. It's just a brilliant film. Yep, that's Versus. Next is Sue Hawk's Vampire Hunters. Again, this is a good film. I think it's Chinese. I think it is Chinese or from Hong Kong. Based about a bunch of vampire hunters trying to stop an evil monk that's has woken up a load of vampires. It's basically them, these guys fighting them, trying to save the town. It's really good film. Again, I haven't seen it in a while, but yeah, it was a really good film. Well acted, Not big in guts and blood and all that, but enjoyable martial arts horror. Which is more than can be said for the next one, because I did not enjoy it. And this is the last one I have. Well, yeah, it's the last one I've got here. I've got 3 others, but I've lent them out, and they are Infection, Suicide Club, and the Red Shoes. I couldn't review them because I lent them to my friend, so he's got them. But yeah, Zombie 108. When I saw the trailers, it looked really good, and when it started, it was good. It was good at the start, but then it just went really stupid, really stupid. Yeah, so no, I did not enjoy this at all. Because like I say, if they had just kept it as a straight like zombie film, because basically it's about a group of cops, and they attack an area of the town that's run by a criminal gang, and while they're fighting each other, this zombie apocalypse happens, and the survivors have to group together. But then it just goes weird. You've got the I seem to remember some guy becomes this big massive fat thing, and there's a serial killer who's got women tied up down in a dungeon and all that, and it just really didn't make any sense. It's like the guy who read it just got bored and added really stupid things to it. But like I say, it really disappointed. It could have been so much better. But that's Zombie 108. And that's my collection. Apart from, which I forgot to bring down, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust anime, which is really good. But yeah, that's it. Please feel free to leave your comments if you like it. Give us a thumbs up. Yeah, and tell us what you think of it. I've got to get a lot more. There's some great ones out there that I haven't got in my collection that I need to get. But yeah, that's it. Like I say, be sure to check out Horror Fan Man. Great bloke. And we'll see you next time. So thanks very much for watching, and see you later.